We're going to begin this hour, though, with that custody battle in Texas, making national headlines. A surrogate defied a request by the biological parents to terminate her pregnancy when they discovered that the baby had a severe heart condition. Now, the surrogate gave birth last week to baby Rumi, who's now had the first of 3 surgeries. In a statement, the couple's attorney says this: they immediately provided consent for the surgery, and the baby is recuperating under the loving care of his parents, adding that the surrogate continues to assert baseless claims for custody of Rumi. The surrogate, her name is McKenna West, she wrote in an op-ed, "This baby boy needs someone willing to advocate for and fight alongside him, and it turns out that someone is me." She alleges that the couple sued her, asking for at least $100,000. Let's talk about all this with attorney Alexis Cirel. She specializes in family and fertility law, and as it turns out, you too have had children by surrogacy.
Yes,
My daughter has 2, so we followed this case very, very closely. But we should say up front, this really is an outlier. This is not a common thing that happens, but it is a very, very fascinating case to watch. But can you just lay out how surrogacy normally works, how it's supposed to work for both the surrogate and the parents?
Absolutely. So, unfortunately, like you said, the outliers are what make the news.
Yeah.
We don't hear about the thousands and thousands of success stories every year. But the way surrogacy laws are designed, it's to protect all parties, and it's to ensure that we secure the legal relationship between the child and the intended parents upon birth, and that we have informed consent throughout the process and voluntary participation. And we do that with a pre-contract. There's a matching process. There is mental health counseling.
Contract's pretty intense, too.
And then we get to the contract phase, and it's a robust document. It's 60-plus pages, independent legal counsel on both sides. And really what we want to do is memorialize that there are risks, but we have a meeting of the minds about what to do in the God forbid scenarios.
Yes.
So given how robust that contract is, Gayle mentioned that the parents, the intended parents, are suing the surrogate. Do they have a case here?
So, it's already been decided by a court in California, and the Alaska court, from what I've read, has also deferred to California. There is a pre-birth order that's already declared that the parents are the legal parents. That's been established. And the Texas court, presumably based on that California order, also issued a temporary restraining order and said that the surrogate cannot assert parental rights or even have access to the child right now.
So there is no possibility that the surrogates could gain custody of the child?
Well, the case is still pending.
Yeah.
And the temporary restraining order is in place until next Tuesday, when there's going to be a hearing. But the way it looks right now is that legal parentage has affixed with these parents, and Texas seems to be standing by that.
Can you talk about the difference? Because I know what it's made in our lives. Kirby used a surrogate for one of her children. Can you talk about the difference it made in your life at your house to use a surrogate? And are you worried about the repercussions because of this case on how it will affect others?
I'm worried about the repercussions because, like we said, things that are not familiar become mysterious, and then therefore cast doubt. People, it's not it's a foreign process to a lot of people who build their families in the privacy of their own homes, and it is intimate, personal details. But with mystery comes doubt, and I am afraid that with the speculation around this case, it might cast some doubt on the process and also give fodder to those who oppose surrogacy.
Yeah, but for people that can't have children, you know this, Alexis, the difference that it makes. I hope that it won't be so daunting for many people, but it is it can be a very scary process.
It is. It's hard. It's the hardest thing to abdicate control, but it's the most beautiful thing, and it's so mutually rewarding for parents, for children, for the surrogates' children. It's really a miracle.
Yeah, well, it's been a fascinating case. We'll continue to follow it.
Yeah.
Alexis
Thanks
Cirel,
for
thank
having
you
me.
so much.